I'm Satan, your Lord of Darkness, and you're watching The Horror Show!
Welcome to The Horror Show. I'm Marcia Parker. Enjoy the stories.
What is it we're going to review today?
Odd Comments by Steven.
Directed by Steven. Okay. So what is it we're going to be doing?
Are you ready?
I'm Satan, your Lord of Darkness,
So
and
what are we
you're
doing
watching
today, Marcia?
The Horror Show!
Welcome to The Horror Show. I'm Marcia Parker. Enjoy the stories.
What is it we're going to review today?
Odd Comments by Steven.
Directed. I was just Okay. So what is it we're going to be doing?
This is how the rich people do it.
Pinky up?
Yeah.
Whoa. Wow. I hadn't been watching.
Well, thanks for watching.
Shit, sorry. Okay, do it again. Go ahead.
Welcome to The Horror Show.
No, turn around.
You said turn around and say it.
All right, watch the bloopers. All right, I got it.
So, Susie, you were just in the Torture Couture Modified Minds talent and fashion show. What did you, well, not really talent, but fashion show.
Ganesh.
What did you think of Jaja Ganesh?
Oh my god, it's like the best experience of my life. Thank you.
What's it like walking that runway once again?
It was such. It was awesome. It was fun. It was such a rush. It was great.
You had your bitchy resting face on. Talk about that.
I know. What'd you think?
So what's it like being from Russia, as you are?
Yes. Very nice.
That's just an awful accent. Moving on.
Am I mistaken, or are those octopi that you are clad in at the moment?
Indeed, this is Misconstrued and Pink Moon Prophecy. They're incredible.
Very nice. And so who were you modeling for this evening? Was that who you just mentioned?
Indeed.
Twilight ones, and then you have all the way.
Do
up
not
to-
mention Twilight. I will come for you.
Not mention Twilight, I will come for you.
Okay.
I see that's Jaime's text.
Can't come, guys. Taking a shit.
Oh, actually, and for the spoiler review, hang on, before you do real quick, put that down.
It's empty anyway.
You want to start this time?
I will not remember that. So let's tell you a little bit about what the story is about.
Yeah, about the story.
Heavy metal television channel. Man, god damn it, I'm a dumb fucking idiot. All right.
Well, you can check them out. We like them.
No, that's not. All right.
Which movie is your favorite?
You're fired. So do you want to do the comments or do you want me to do it?
Sorry, I couldn't help
I don't know why I just did that, but
Hey guys, welcome to The Horror Show. I'm Susie Von Slaughter, and today we're going to do our...
Do you mind if I introduce myself too?
No, this is my show.
Like,
Roll the clip.
she's flying solo apparently, guys. All right.
Okay, ready? Okay, I'll wait.
Amelia Earhart over here.
Yeah. She's gonna crash like her too.
Oh,
Wrecked.
too soon.
All right. Awesome.
Hello, I'm Skeletor, ruler of Eternia, and welcome to the Horror Show.
Gotta work on that timer. It's a little off
I
sometimes.
was gonna say like 15 seconds off.
What's up, guys? I'm Cecil Laird,
I'm Jaime Fuego.
and this is the Horror Show News
with booze
once again.
And yes,
Here, let's
what's
take
up,
a half
everybody?
step backwards, my friend.
Yeah, let's do
there
it.
we go.
Let's do it.
Oh, half step forward.
Yeah,
Half step
but then
forward.
you can
Half
see
step
that,
forward.
that,
Shh,
let's
shh.
not-
No one
that,
saw
that's
that.
it. I
No
was
one's
gonna
on
say-
yet.
I
You
was
did
gonna
not
say-
see what you just
no.
saw.
Oh man, you were pulling some Jedi mind tricks right there for a second with our audience. That was fun.
Indeed. What's up, everyone? Happy Venom weekend to you guys.
I don't know how happy it was. It was happy for the people behind Venom because they made a ton of money, but I wasn't happy with that.
Can you believe?
Happy.
Didn't they say it opened bigger than every Spider-Man movie that's ever come out?
Yeah, worldwide bigger.
How
than
is that
any
possible
Spider-Man.
compared to Homecoming? Like, how did the Marvel Spider-Man not make more money than the Sony Venom?
People like anti-heroes, dude, and they like Venom
Everyone
more than
loves
a
Venom,
lot
dude.
of people realize.
Venom is
man.
up there with Deadpool, like, obviously.
Yeah, well, if you want to see our thoughts about this movie, you can jump on after the news is over and, just get our overall impressions because they weren't necessarily that good. But what's up, everybody? We are very happy to have all of you here.
Indeed. Can everyone hear us okay? Are you all there? Hello.
Newsin' and boozin'.
Absolutely. Newsin' and boozin', and we have some stories to talk to y'all about today.
Yeah, not quite as many. It wasn't as insane of a floodgate week, despite the fact that New York Comic-Con was going on throughout the entirety of this weekend. And yeah,
I'm surprised we didn't have more news coming out of New York Comic-Con.
A little bit here and there, but just not necessarily as much of the scarific variety, which is what it really boils down to. But biggest bit of news does not come from the New York Comic-Con. It actually comes from the upcoming issue of Entertainment Weekly, which is where they're debuting all of these photos from the upcoming remake of Pet Sematary that is being done by the Starry Eyes co-directing team, written and directed team. And you've got
samples of it.
Yes, good job. We've got some Jason Clarke, we've got some John Lithgow as the new Judd Crandall, got some family action there, and then also, I know you being a cat lover, we have our first look at the new
Church!
Undead Church, presumably. Now, there was a lot of debate about whether that was a CGI cat or not.
Oh, really? That one? No, that looks like a
think?
regular cat.
You think so?
Don't you?
I honestly, when people started mentioning it, I wasn't sure because the studio did not confirm or deny.
It doesn't look like that cat necessarily sat in that exact place, but it does look like a real cat.
Yeah, I had some issues with it when I first saw the image, but the more so it's grown on me, especially the expression and just the ruffledness of just the hair.
I thought that was perfect from the moment I saw it. I was like, oh, that definitely looks like a furrowed kitty.
Yeah, I was just surprised it wasn't like I don't know, Black Cat and Ruscio Church, craziness like we've seen before. And for that reason, I was just kind of like, I don't know, what are they going to do with this? And I went back to the original source, cover and stuff, and I was like, well, it's not necessarily like a black cat on that. It does look like there's differentiation of color and things of that nature. Like it's, I don't know what the terminology would be for a cat like that that's got some gray, some white, some black, some of all that flavor going on. But I'm honestly really liking the Judd Crandall, man. I am all about Lithgow in this particular role. Nobody can replace Herman Munster. Obviously, he was so iconic in the original version of it that Mary Lambert did. And I'm totally about Jason Clarke, too. He's an actor that I've seen in enough where I haven't liked everything I've seen him in, but he always has that bordering on mania kind of aspect to himself and to his, most of his performances where I can see him epitomizing Creed so perfectly. The one shot that we don't have here is a shot of the new Pet Sematary where they show the new cross and stuff, and there's another shot with Lithgow as Judd with the young daughter here. I'm pumped for this movie, man. Did these images get you a little more excited, or
yes.
You're still about the same?
No, as a matter of fact, the images did help. I think Church helped the most, but the two main actors, Judd and what's his name?
Jason Clarke.
Jason Clarke. I thought they look really good there. The family looks good. The picture of the mom holding Gage is a really good shot as well.
Agreed.
I didn't want to have to lay out all the pictures. You guys got to go seek them out to yourselves.
Yeah, they're floating around online, or if you want to purchase the new Entertainment Weekly, and you can get all that information as well as a very nice just bit of on-set information from both the directors, a lot of the cast. It's a good article. I just got done reading it the other night, and the next Tale of Stephen King is going to be a deeper discussion, I guess, and a preview of this film, since it's really not that far away now. It's coming out, April 5th, 2019. So since we're creeping through October, we are not that far away from a reimagination of the Pet Sematary
It's going to come out the same time as Hellboy, apparently, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
Hellboy's dropping April 2019 as well.
Yeah, it's a busy month, man. But yes, I'm down with this. I'm loving all of the images that I've seen. It looks slickly produced. It looks well cast. Yeah, and with all the talent involved, I think it's going to be dope.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. I think it does look good. I'm excited about it, especially after having done the rewatch for our panel not too long ago, which we still need to do a full review of both the movie and the book.
Well,
so we need to record those.
November is the official 35th anniversary of the book.
Perfect.
It came out in 1983.
So we'll do both reviews.
I was holding
then.
off for that.
Okay,
so
so we can do that. But yeah, I'm excited about it. I enjoyed the movie much more this time having watched it than when I watched it when I was a teenager.
Now, when you watched it, had you already listened to the audiobook, or did you do that?
No,
afterwards?
this time I had listened to the book before I watched the movie.
I still think it's a pretty. It omits some things. It does cliff notes in a little bit, but I think it's a pretty faithful adaptation, at least as far as the predominance of the beats and stuff.
Yeah, it is pretty faithful. I did like the book better just because I think Dexter knocked it out of the park.
He really did.
With his,
even hitting the Crandall accent.
Oh my God!
Man. Damn, that guy did a good job.
You don't want to go down that road.
Go down that road, South Park.
Yeah, so I'm definitely excited about it, more so than most of the Stephen King adaptations. I'm more excited about it, but if Pet Sematary and It are both going to be like the big 2018 Stephen King releases.
2019. And
2019,
this is for me.
yeah.
Okay, remember it's almost 2 years ago now, but a year and a half ago, when we were starting 2017, and I was like, I can't believe in the same year I'm getting a new It movie and a Dark Tower adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
We know how that all went, unfortunately. But
you're hoping Pet Sematary is not a
me,
repeat of the Dark Tower stitch?
And yet I have no inclination to think that is going to be the case. I'm just like, I can't believe I'm getting a new interpretation of Pet Sematary in the same year that I'm getting like the sequel to It. I've been tempering my expectations and my enthusiasm until we were getting closer to 2019 actually crossing over, and now myself, the Hale audience, I'm just you obviously too, man, my running buddy. I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. It's gonna be amazing.
It's exciting. Now, before we move on to the next story, I'm just going to take a second to welcome everyone. I meant to welcome everyone before we started, but Mr. Fluffy is here. Ooh. Zelda character from the original is absolutely terrifying. I agree, except that I know that can be like what some people look like in an unfortunate disease situation, so I can't. Like, it is scary though, for sure. Ben Grimm is here. Ms. Morning is here. Sam Power is here. Sam Power is here. All right.
Power.
Mikey Tromatrash, of course, is here, staying up very late for us.
As I mentioned right off the bat, I'm like, I know that guy is 8 hours ahead of us here in Arizona in the United States. So much love to you, man. Mikey is awesome.
Yeah, and actually, Mikey, I've got your movies lined up to do some of the Patreon stuff. I've got his movies. I'm actually more excited to watch Mikey's movies than I am a lot of the other Patreon requests, because I've never seen them and they seem like down and dirty. Like The Mutilator, I just looked up. That's on Prime right now. I'm excited to watch that, but like, I've never seen these movies he's recommending. It's really exciting.
He's constantly rewatching interesting stuff that I've either seen or I have never seen, like, at all ever, and he's throwing it on his Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that. And so he is a vigilant horror watcher.
We also have Dove's Movie Reviews is here. We are going to be seeing Halloween 2018 on the 18th at 7 p.m. We just purchased our tickets, which is 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Look for our review to go up probably by 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yeah, it's not the promotional company that
it's
get
not.
the freebies.
It's not.
Right?
We don't get to see it early, but we will be doing a regular and a spoiler review, just so you guys know. Jay Tamayo is here. Ray Animator Reviews just popped by. Hello, Ray.
What up? We got Amanda Tamayo here too.
Yep, Amanda Tamayo, Cody Ray 119, Mwitz 23. Let's see, we have QWE if they're still here as well. And Rogue Reaper and Brady Jorgensen, Reader in Black, and Teddy Holiday were all the earliest ones in the chat. What's up, everyone?
Yes.
Fuego, let us moving on to the next story.
Let us move along. Move along. So the next one was a story that was officially broke exclusively by Bloody Disgusting, because there was a report earlier in the week that Jason Blum, head of Blumhouse, obviously had said that, we were planning to do more, Halloween movies and so on and so forth. And then they got the clear-cut confirmation that they don't just plan to do more. Bloody Disgusting broke the story that they already have in development at least 2 more films. Only thing that's a little bummer is the fact that there's no Gordon Green or Danny McBride involved, which really makes you wonder just the quality that could potentially be there. There's a lot of speculation as to if Laurie is going to be killed in this again. I imagine so. I would think so too, because
she insisted on it last time during Resurrection. So
she did, and so I don't know. While I'm happy to see a prominent horror character coming back, I'm actually of that camp that I don't love Michael Myers like a lot of people do, you know. And so I mean, he's eerie, he's foreboding, but I like killers with personality. You know, I like my Freddys and my Chuckies and stuff like that. Even Leatherface to a degree, as I've said countless times here. So it's cool to see the confirmation of this, and how can it be any bit of a surprise with how this is tracking with the amount of buzz it has from both critics and fans. No shocker whatsoever that this is a confirmed thing, but I just wonder about the consistency of quality. I mean, Blumhouse is usually pretty good with their stuff and assembling talent, but I don't know, is this cart ahead of their horse or whatever the old...
Are they putting the cart ahead of the horse?
Are they doing it?
I don't think so, based on the apparently fervent desire for a new one, but you know, you got to see how this one performs before you push too far ahead, which I think is what they're doing. But they are preparing, because what they're hoping to do, as I understood it, is to make it sort of a Purge model or a Saw model, where they can come back and, like, literally they might be back with Halloween 2019.
Yeah,
you know,
I heard they were trying to fast track this to get it done next year, just like the Saw model was going for a while.
Exactly,
like
that's what I was saying.
You know, Paranormal Activity for a while.
Right. So I mean, if they can, I mean, and that's the thing, a Michael Myers movie, guys, compared to a Paranormal Activity movie, compared to a Saw movie, is actually relatively easy and cheap to shoot. Depending on the acting talent you get for it. Because it's one dude walking around a neighborhood slashing people. There's no supernatural elements you need to put CGI money into. And, like, you know, there's...
It's, like, very grounded and self-contained.
Yeah.
You know? It totally is.
So it would honestly make the most sense for them to do a Michael Myers movie every single year. Yeah. It really would. Is it a good idea? I don't know. Does it make the most financial sense for them for at least a couple of years? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I honestly wonder, though, if they could have gone the original route that Gordon Green and McBride were wanting to go, where they wanted to film at least a back-to-back, if not, like, try to knock out a trilogy all in one, just big marathon filming session, and then they could have had those 1 year, another year kind of thing going.
Lord of the Rings it with Halloween.
Well, you know, I'm sure we've seen the fan interest, and that it would have totally been there. You know, at least.
But they didn't know that when they filmed it. Though.
No, they didn't. You know, that was the idea that those filmmakers had and that those co-writers had, but obviously it didn't end up transpiring, and so the creative teams will be passed along. But just based on the response to this character and this time in horror, seeing its resurgence and everything. Yeah, I'm assuming we're going to see a number of new Halloween movies, and then maybe they'll, you know, figure out another Friday, they'll figure out another Nightmare, and so on and so forth. So, who knows? But I'm not surprised about this announcement in any way, shape, or form.
No, me neither. So I don't mind if the new movie does look like it's going to be quality enough that it would warrant at least one sequel.
I think it looks
so.
pretty
So
good.
I'm on board if they're already developing it. You know, guys. Here's the thing, just because they're developing it doesn't mean if the new one does not do well, they won't can it and put it away for a while. But I seriously doubt that's going to happen. No, I think this one's going to do well no matter what, quite frankly. So, yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the next one, Fuego. What do you say?
And I think we should, because the next one is another supremely successful franchise that is also by Blumhouse. Yeah, so... We did unfortunately get confirmation this week, finally, that the third installment of the Conjuring series is not going to be directed by James Wan.
Like we initially thought.
Like we hoped, like we wanted. I thought Conjuring 2 was even better than the first Conjuring. I know there's a lot of differing opinions about that sentiment. But, so they are bringing in somebody named Michael Chavez, and he is a Hispanic... He's a Hispanic director that he has a film that is coming out from the... Atomic Monster and New Line Cinema. So basically, working for
Atomic New Line Cinema Monster.
Exactly. Working for James Wan's company, and it's called The Curse of La Llorona.
La Llorona, the whaler.
Exactly. So it's that old, just kind of fable, like kind of cautionary tale about the weeping ghost that comes and takes children and stuff like that. And so that's coming out in April.
That's exciting. I love La Llorona.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
They're doing a La Llorona,
as shit,
and they're doing another.
April 19th is
they're doing
another April movie.
Yeah, there's another Hispanic sort of lore movie coming out called The Cucuy. Which is also, it's very similar to The Whaler. It's not very similar, but it's similar in the way that it is a Hispanic sort of story. We have a trailer reaction to do for a movie called The Cucuy. So I actually really like that sort of stuff. So La Llorona, they did a few La Llorona movies. They did one called The Whaler, and then they did one called La Llorona. So they've done a few of those movies, but now it's nice to know that someone's putting some money into one.
They're putting some money to it, and they are really going for it, especially if it's James Wan's production team behind it and stuff like that. Atomic Monster is also producing this new Mortal Kombat thing.
Atomic New Line Cinema Monster.
Yeah, exactly. Micro Machines plays that. Anyway, and then they're also doing the Swamp thing for the DC
the Swamp Things thing.
Doing the Swamp Things thing. That sounds slimy.
What's up, Eddie D and Munster Deacon?
But they're doing that for DC All Access, and so that's cool. So I mean, James Wan is really he's finally at the point, I think, now where he can cherry pick the talent that he think is worthy. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. He can cherry pick the talent that he is positive is worthy enough to actually, put this sort of content together and, do it competently and convincingly. And with the amount of money The Nun made with, I don't know, mixed feelings about that film for a lot of people, obviously.
I just realized you took out my... I'm gonna shoehorn this bit of news in here since you took off my story.
It was announced a while ago.
I know. Well, it was officially announced September 30th, which is technically after another story.
I think it was announced before that, though.
Whatever. We're gonna still go over it.
We can also say the fact that Annabelle 3 is coming out. Oh boy! Once again, I think it's another. Is it another April?
April 2019.
Yeah,
really?
I was gonna say. Or excuse me, July 2019.
Oh, okay.
For Annabelle 3.
Okay.
And then we have the release date for Slender Man. So they're just rocking down on this Conjuring stuff, man. We know there's going to be a Nun sequel with the amount of money that
Crooked Man
flipper
too
made.
Super exciting.
And the Crooked Man, Crooked Man, yeah.
That's supposed to be July 2019 as well. Wait, you said Annabelle 3 is July 2019?
Yeah.
So they're doing both?
I think you might have a release date mixed up.
I saw it on a news site, but I'm not normally the news gatherer, so I'm going to defer to you, sir.
Yeah, I did not see any information about a defined release for Slender Man, right. So that's why.
No, not Slender Man, Crooked Man.
Oh yeah, Crooked Man. I keep saying Slender
You keep saying Slender Man. I'm like
confused.
Anyway, well, let's move on then. All right.
Yes, let us move on to the fact that we finally got our first look at the new Hellboy.
Well, no, we got a first look a long time ago.
Well, this was the first.
This was the first full horned look.
Full horned, like.
But before it was the hornless David Harbour. We got that.
Yeah, he looked okay.
We got that before.
This looks badass though.
And the poster art too. This is the big poster art.
Yeah, that's the one that everybody was raving about from the New York Comic Con, where you finally get to.
I'll give everyone a big look real quick.
There you go. Ooh, a big look.
Big look.
But you get your first look at Ian McShane, from Deadwood, who's awesome.
Right here.
Also get your first look at that young lady who was going to be the villain.
Right here.
Right there in the center.
Right here.
Yeah, right there in the.
Oh, okay.
yeah. Oh goodness, why is her? Yeah, Mila Jovovich. Goddamn.
Mila Jovovich is the bad person in Hellboy.
Is the bad? She is the main antagonist in this. So she is playing this Nime. I don't know. I'm really sadly not that familiar with the source material.
I have the first 12 volumes of it. Who is the character?
It's called Nime or Nimi or something like that. She's like this.
I'm gonna have to do a reread.
Yeah, she's like this old.
Let's do a reread of some of the books leading up to the movie.
I would be down.
Yeah.
The one thing I have to say, I've never been super about the Hellboy artwork.
Continue talking.
I've never been super about the Hellboy artwork, but and name me again. It's Mike something. Mike Mignola. He did something called Alien Salvation, I believe it was, which was the story about this guy who was like legit, training like samurai ninja almost. I don't know. I'm forgetting the distinctions. And he's on this planet, and there is a xenomorph there. And yeah, he did a damn good job with that. But for some things, I just don't like his visual approach, but I do like the mythos that he set into place and just the character that he created. I really enjoyed the first Hellboy. I love the second Hellboy, especially from a visual standpoint. It's unfortunate that Guillermo del Toro demanded so much flipping money for a third entry, but Neil Marshall's the shit, man. I mean, whether it's Dog Soldiers, whether it's, obviously The Descent, which is the one that lots of people point to, and I liked his short in Tales from Halloween, since this being Halloween season and everything. So I am very curious what that particular British director brings to the table here for this reimagining of Hellboy, this R-rated version of Hellboy. But you know what? At this point in time, when a comic book movie is being adapted and they claim in all the initial press it's going to be R-rated, I will never, after Venom, believe that it is going to be R-rated until I see the first rating and the first trailer that doesn't say this film has not yet been rated because the studio has cold feet. So yeah, Cecil's got a lot of Hellboy.
This is my Hellboy collection. I've got,
and he writes and illustrates it, right?
Yes, he writes and illustrates most of them.
Okay, so he's
and then
like
I also have
Savage
like the first 10 volumes of the BPRD spinoff. Like I need to get more of them, but we can definitely do reviews of all these Hellboy books leading up to the movie, or at least the books that it's covering.
He was in Hellboy.
Yeah, who's into Hellboy?
I have never read Hellboy, actually.
It's a lot of good stuff.
Never read Hellboy, yeah.
I'm going to put it down right here.
There
we go.
That's what she said.
I can't help but pull out my comic book bona fides when we talk about it.
I'll do it up, compare your size, huh?
So, should we move on?
But, yeah, just to reiterate to everybody, Hellboy is going to be coming out... Also in April.
April 2019.
April 12th, 2019.
Guys, who's excited for April of 2019?
My
Christmas.
It is going to be busy as balls. And talk about, just being supremely busy, at least on the comic side of things, because we know how...
oh, shit, Cody Leach is here.
Yeah, we know how Alien, whatever the hell, the last one that I hated so goddamn much, I have, even stricken the name of the film from my mind because it pissed me off so much. Remind me. The sequel to Prometheus.
That was Alien Covenant, brother.
Alien Covenant was trash.
How dare you?
I hated that movie. How dare
Alien Covenant was amazing.
Ugh.
It wasn't amazing, but it was entertaining.
No.
I thought it was entertaining. Prometheus was... I thought Prometheus was not great on the first view. We actually still need to record our Prometheus review.
We do. Prometheus
along with our last Alien Predator review. By the way, I will say, Cody Leach is here listening to us. Cody, I literally had to stop watching your Halloween review in order to do the news. So, thanks a lot for that distraction, brother man.
Yeah, we were both listening to it, and we were highly entertained.
So, yes, this whole thing, man, I don't know. Did I not switch? I didn't switch the
No, you didn't switch to the next thing. Yeah, we were jumping over. There it is.
Wait, where'd it go? There we go.
Where did it go?
Boom. Yeah. I'm going to make it bigger. This is the artwork they gave us.
Yeah, so the artwork that they gave us, this is interesting because of the fact that your dude Brian Wood, who I think you have read some of his other stuff besides... I
have. He has a book called Demo that is an amazing independent book. I'll go grab that too. God damn it. Yeah. Go ahead.
Continue jumping along. So there was a video game that I actually never got the chance to play because I was so pissed off about how shitty Colonial Marines was, and that was in development hell for years and years. And it's my favorite sci-fi horror franchise, so of course if I own all the Dark Horse comics, if I own tons of the novels, if I played all the video games from Alien Trilogy to, the side-scrollers of, Alien 3 and stuff that they did, the arcade game of Alien vs. Predator, then, Beat 'em Up, which was badass. I mean, I have adored everything in this growing universe for so very long, including all the crazy crossovers with everyone from, Batman to Judge Dredd to, Tarzan, the list goes on. It is so nuts what they have done with the Alien and the, Predator franchises, but I never played Alien Isolation. And that's because I was in that little sweet spot of being like, okay, they're shoehorning in Alan Ripley's daughter. They're just kind of forcing this. There's no weapon involvement, and I honestly don't really game very much anymore. I haven't in at least a number of years since I got busier with the YouTube channel and playing with my band and stuff like that, and plus having a day job. So it's an interesting dynamic, but you know, this daughter of Ripley's, who was introduced in that particular video game, is apparently going to be crossing over with a character who was in this series that Brian Wood wrote, which was called Aliens Defiance. And so Aliens Defiance was, excuse me, it was a tale that took place before the it was between the first and second Alien film, if I recall correctly, but essentially it's going to be that character and Alan Ripley's daughter, like, just kind of bonding and joining forces. She's not going to be the main character. It is going to continue along with the previous person who had all of the role in Defiance. But so, yeah, I'm at least happy that the series is continuing on in the Dark Horse comic form. In contrast, did you find it?
I did. Guys, I have a lot of shelves worth of comics over there.
Yeah,
so
you do.
It takes me a long time, and I was literally about to walk over here and be like, I couldn't find it. But in the last place I looked, here it was. So this is Brian Wood's comic demo. And what this is this was...
Give some insight about how this guy might be good to write aliens.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's not really in the aliens realm, but what it is he showed what a great independent comic book person he is, because this is a series, it's an anthology series of kids that are dealing with different powers and sort of what happens. Like you can see on the back here, one of the stories is about a kid that got the power of flight and is taking someone with them to do it. It is something that really put him on the map as a writer, and now he does so much other stuff. He, in fact, did a sequel to Demo as well. I still haven't read that, but this is really, really good stuff by Brian Wood. So I highly, highly recommend it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I did not. That's one of the most recent ones. Defiance being the Alien series, and I have yet to get the chance to check out. But this will be a sequel to it. It's called Aliens Resistance. Dark Horse is going to be releasing the first issue of it January 23rd, and so we still have a few months away. If you want to, jump on. I know they released the trades in two separate sectors, and so yeah, they had Volume 1 and then Volume 2, and that's because I think it was either. Boy, it wasn't your standard 4 to 5 issue, 6 issue, whatever. It was like 8, 10, maybe 12. So, yeah, we are just looking at Tetra Church over there. She has kind of the same.
She's just made me laugh really hard.
What do you say?
Said thought you went for a pack of smokes and weren't coming back, Cecil.
Yeah.
He thought I was going to be an absentee father for a minute there. I don't know. One news with booze, Cecil went for smokes and he never came back, guys.
He just never came back.
What's up, Chase? Glad you could make it, man. What's up, Ashley October? Awesome. Good to see you.
Yes, Ashley October.
And Cody, look at it this way. Yes, we stopped your video, but now you're going to get 2 views out of it. Boom.
Banging.
Boom.
Bangarang!
All right, should we move on?
I think we should move along because of the fact that we're going to have some more like kind of tied in comic book information. And so this is probably the final nail in the coffin of this particular story. We've covered at least once or twice in the last few weeks with the team behind all the Telltale game stuff. Yeah, Telltale going down. But thankfully somebody has swooped in the 11th hour to finish Clementine's story. And this was announced by Robert Kirkman this past weekend at the New York Comic-Con. He was like, I can't have Andrew Lincoln and Clementine both leaving the Walking Dead universe in the same year. That was his exact phrase. And
so he's not going to finish it until next year.
Who the hell knows?
Well, but that's what he's saying.
Implying,
he's
right?
like, give me time, guys. We'll get to it.
Give me time, but he is swooping in with his Skybound games. I'm not sure of anything. Yeah, I'm not sure of anything else that they produce since, once again, I'm not like an avid gamer, but it is nice to at least see that there is going to be some closure and some, just, I don't know. I mean, an end to that story, which I know Marsha played the hell out of, and interviewing the actress who does the voice work. Lots of people enjoy the whole pick your own adventure aspect and stuff. And so, yes, there is confirmation now that we are going to be able to see the end of that story. The final 2 episodes, there's no confirmation about when it's coming out or what season pass purchasers, especially with like change to different companies and stuff. But long story short, it is not going to just fall by the wayside. It is indeed going to be, finished up and answered, which is pretty cool. What do you think? I'm
happy about that. And it makes sense from what I know about Robert Kirkman, which, believe it or not, is not an insignificant amount. I have been reading. I have
What's
every
the superhero comic of his you tell me about
Invincible.
all the time? Yeah.
Invincible. It was optioned recently. Finally, I have every issue of Invincible. The comic started and finished. It actually started before Walking Dead, and it also finished before Walking Dead because he chose to finish it. But it like had the tagline, the greatest superhero comic in the universe. And I actually agree. Every time Invincible came out, I put it at the top of my reading pile. And I had a lot of comics I was picking up every week, both independent, Marvel, and DC.
You still do.
And I still do, yeah. But Invincible always topped the pile. Even above Walking Dead, I would always read Invincible first. It is such an amazing, amazing series.
Yeah, I don't think Walking Dead is honestly very well written, personally.
It is for the first 100 issues. It really is for the first 100. Well, so you've read some of them. You really don't think so, even from what you've read?
I don't think the dialogue is very good, man. I think the concepts and the story and stuff are good, but I don't think that it's like...
Your opinion. I disagree, but yeah, I give you your opinion, obviously.
No, we can do this, you know? That's like something that they say all the damn time on that show, or on that, particular comic. I don't know. I haven't got into... I was almost caught up to where they were in the show, and then I held off because I didn't finish season 8 and stuff, and so I know they're about to, like usher in the whole Whisper...
The Whisper War,
Whisper War. That's a new thing that they have confirmed.
That's this season?
That is this season. They even cast some
That's
guy from...
cool, because that's
cast the guy from Sons of Anarchy to be the lead.
Who, Charlie Hunnam?
Not Charlie Hunnam, another guy. A guy who played like a villain on Sons of Anarchy, I think.
I didn't watch Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, me neither. But he's apparently like in the lead.
Oh, he's Alpha? He's playing Alpha?
I think so.
Oh, Alpha is this huge dude.
He's like a big,
huge
guy with
dude,
long hair.
but he follows... Or no, he's not Alpha, he's Beta. He follows Alpha. Alpha. Just so you guys know, spoilers for Walking Dead this season, if they follow the comics... I'm going to be a dick and spoil right now.
What?
So I'm going to spoil something about the Whisperers, just so you know.
I don't know if I wanted spoiled.
About the Whisperers. Should I not? Maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't. 5, 4. It's going to take 5 seconds to say. So turn your ears off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The leader of the Whisperers is a bald female that is a real badass character. That's it. All right. So... Moving right along from that, yes.
But yeah, Kirkman's going to finish this video game. And
I'm excited because
happy.
What I was getting at, what I was driving at, having read Walking Dead since the beginning and Invincible since the beginning, what I was actually driving at is Kirkman has been... or was in charge of his letters column for like the first 100 issues of both.
Oh, I remember.
So he would answer, he would introduce, and he would finish it up. Like you got like almost an extra comics worth of material in the back of the books. And
Which
you got a real
very cool. The personal touch that he took to it.
The personal touch, right? Yeah. Which is what gave me the opinion of what he is. Also, during the first season of The Walking Dead, the very first Arizona Comic-Con or Amazing Arizona Comic-Con had The Walking Dead. It was Robert Kirkman, it was Glenn, it was Shane, and it was I think Maggie was the girl also that came, or no, it was either Maggie or Carl. I can't remember, but it was I think it was Maggie because I know there was a female. So those 4 people showed up, and it was a very small panel room because it wasn't that big yet. And I actually went up and asked Robert Kirkman a question, and he made fun of me, and it was it was entertaining. So I know I'm not surprised that Robert is the kind of person that would not just let these Walking Dead fans just flop in the wind the way Telltale was gonna.
Yeah, exactly. So
long story short, long story not so short.
Not so short, but the one thing that I want to just on a slightly like sentimental note, the actor who played Herschel on The Walking Dead, and what you said, he was also in Behind the Mask, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was. Yep.
Yeah, he passed away this past weekend.
Scott Wilson, yeah.
At 76, I believe. So he wasn't like supremely young, but obviously, a lot of people say Mikey Trauma Trash, especially him and I were talking about this on Facebook just yesterday, because he mentioned this actor passing away. He was like, the show changed drastically when, there was no more Dale and there was no more Herschel, and there wasn't that like older moral compass to kind of oversee and just, give some perspective and stuff like that. And I feel like in a lot of ways he's correct about that. the 5th season was probably the last one that I really loved. 6th season had some moments. 7th
well, remember,
season
first we had Dale, and then we had Herschel.
And then we had, he was the one who took over.
Exactly. Like okay, good.
So, but just to give credit to the way he portrayed that character, especially, I felt like he brought so much more gravitas and just so much more, not even vulnerability, but care and compassion and stuff than you even saw in the comic book. I felt like there have been certain times in the Walking Dead series where the comic is obviously far better, having read the first 100-something issues myself, into the stuff with Negan. But then there's other times where they have immensely elevated characters. Herschel being one. Oh, goodness, why can't I think of her name? Short-haired lady. I have not watched it. Carol, yes. Yeah. Carol was immensely elevated on that particular show,
Absolutely.
too. Yeah, and so... I don't know. Sometimes they figure it out. Sometimes they don't. It is what it is. But inspiration when it hits is good. And this guy brought a just great take to that particular character. And I genuinely cared about him and his care for his daughters and everything else that he brought to the table. So yeah, he did a damn good job. I haven't seen Behind the Mask, so I can't comment.
It's really good, man.
Yeah.
I don't think I've done a video review of it yet. So
is he more of a supporting role?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's a great supporting role. He plays like a wise old slasher.
Okay. Oh, really?
Kind of.
All right.
So anyway, guys, just real quick to shout out, Oscar Perez is here.
Woo!
Also, Dayton Haman is here, and Shauna Smith and Count Cuckula are here as well. And Ms. Morning asks, are you still going to review the original Universal Monsters, Cecil? Yes, actually, I did do Dracula. I did both a review and a commentary that has been available on our Patreon for about 2 months now.
Oh, damn.
So soon it will be going over. I'll probably make it available in November. We have so much going on in October. I doubt I'll be able to drop it before November, but they will migrate over those two, the commentary and the review, and then I will go through the rest of them as Susie has time, because Susie wants to join me on all of them, so she was there for Dracula. You guys will see that soon, so thank you for asking about it. Now, Fuego, let's move on to the final story.
This one makes me sad because it's another Kirkman-related story, and it's another one of those final nails in the coffin because...
Shrimp Puerto Rico!
I loved that first season of Outcast.
It was so good.
I adored it. I thought it was better than...
Can we see the second season yet? Only if we have Cinemax.
Only if we have Cinemax. It has not been released to the home like peeps yet. Yeah, but this is something that when Cinemax finally put out this press release just this past week, that really broke my heart. They basically... It's been canceled forever. They just didn't even make any official announcement.
Really?
Yeah, because of the fact that because remember it
took so long for it to premiere over here.
It premiered over where Mikey Trauma Trash is, in Europe and stuff, and it's like, if I'm not mistaken, it airs on Fox in the UK, and so it was airing over there, and they got to see the entire thing, and it was like a year later before we saw it over here on Cinemax, even though Cinemax were the ones who produced it. It was like the mess was very apparent with this particular show, despite the talent, the terrific writing, the casting. I mean, goddamn, dude, Brent Spiner and Fugit and everything. I mean,
I still have a whole story arc of the comic to read, numbers 31 through 35. I'm actually very excited to read it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to continue on doing the same thing. But I guess they finally made the announcement this past week, and they were very vague about it, aside from saying, yes, there are no further plans for anything Outcast related on Cinemax. All of the rights on the actors and actresses have already lapsed, and so there's no way that we could even, get to a point of re-signing anybody anyway, which is just such a super bummer, man, because they genuinely did a terrific job there. And they didn't alter too much either. It was a very faithful adaptation. The effects were good, even the Black Tar supernatural thing, I didn't really have too much of a problem with.
We mentioned Scott Wilson, Ben Grimm.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, we did.
We talked about him.
No, we did. But as far as a Kirkman property going now, that's one that really surprised me and that I really genuinely wanted to see go on. But, can't always get what you want.
Can't always
get
can't. What you want.
Yeah, and this was one that...
I'm still excited about watching the second season once we can. It is a bummer that it's over, but honestly...
Yeah. We almost watched it by nefarious means because we had we had our little jailbroke Roku or, whatever the hell
it was. Anyway, what I was going to say is I'm at the point in my life where so much content is being produced.
Overwhelming.
That if someone cancels a show, even if I like it, it's a bummer. But it's like, okay, at least it's one less show I have to follow now. So that's the way I kind of look at it, honestly.
Yeah, I guess you're right, though.
That's the way I got to look at it through that lens so I don't go crazy about losing shows I love.
I mean, between the biggies, like
Dayton Outcast is great. If you haven't watched it yet, watch the first season.
The first season
fantastic.
of Outcast is tremendous.
Better than the Exorcist series was, for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, it's emotional, man. It really genuinely is. And they have that kid from Lights Out at the beginning of the first episode who was great, just bashing his face into the wall.
So good.
What a scene!
What an
dude.
opening scene!
Oh
no
my
less.
god! Yeah, for an entire series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I just had to lament the fact that it's officially like on the docket that it's no longer going to be here, and the fact that they took forever and lapsed on the rights for those actors. There you go, lapsed on the rights for the actors.
Yes, Ray. It is a crazy straw.
Yeah, and then
I love Killer Clowns from Outer Space. How could I not drink out of a crazy straw?
And then the sad thing was that they initially ordered the second season of Outcast 2.5 years ago.
I was such a little kid that I drank out of a
it
crazy
was great. It was great. And then they finished producing the second season of Outcast 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So they just sat on it. So that
it's
shows
such a bummer, man, that they didn't have guys. I hope you appreciated Fuego's tapping the microphone right there.
Tap 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 tap.
No, it's such a bummer that they didn't have. She said yes. It's such a bummer that they didn't have enough confidence in a show that was so good.
Didn't. I think it was a really poor network to have it on with Cinemax. If they had it on an AMC, if they had it on an FX, if they had it on even an HBO or a Showtime, I really feel it would have fared way better, especially with this current horror renaissance that we're in the midst of.
Horror renaissance.
Who the fuck watches Cinemax for anything?
Since porn became readily available, Cinemax became unnecessary in my life.
That was all softcore anyway.
It was called Skinemax for a reason, boy.
I know, and I never had.
For those of you in the part of the country that didn't have Cinemax, we had a late night network that always showed skin flicks, so we called it Skinemax.
Thank you for the clarification.
You're welcome. All right, guys. So that's gonna do it for the stories proper. I want to address the commenters. If y'all have any questions, please ask us. Mauricio asks, "Are you guys watching American Horror Story? It's getting really good." Marsha Parker is on top of it. Yeah. I don't have TV, so I have to figure out the best place to watch it. If any of you guys watching, I know I've had some people send me links before, but if any of you guys watching want to warn me about illegal sites where someone might want to watch such things as recent TV shows, warn me about those sites. I do not want to accidentally stumble upon those sites and watch things like American Horror Story Apocalypse. Please don't send me those links, guys.
No TV and no vodka makes Cecil go something something.
But to answer Mikey Tromatrash's last questions and kaiju movies, Cecil, give us some Monster Kids some treats. Well, let me show you what I've got planned. I don't know if you guys watched, we did a review of Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1 with a man by the name of Robert Price, who also
good dude.
does a outstanding cosplay of Freddy Krueger. So essentially, Freddy sat in on our review and commentary for the movie. It's now available on the channel. He is also known as Kaiju Rob, and he has a YouTube show all about kaiju movies. So I will be sitting down with him to review these that I just watched for the first time last month.
Which ones were they?
The Gamera trilogy.
Oh, that's right. You told me about that.
I had never seen any Gamera movies.
Is
Sorry,
it Gamera
Fuego.
Or Gamera?
It's Gamera. It's Gamera. It's Gamera. It's Gamera. Fuck you. So yeah, I will be reviewing these. These were surprisingly good, and I will tell you what, guys, the Gamera movies are way, way, way more entertaining to me than the old Godzilla movies.
When did these come out, though?
These came out. These were the 80s. Okay. These three were the 80s.
So
Gamera was before.
So we're talking
but this was sort of a reboot of it a little bit. Yeah. This was really good though. And here's the thing about it. It actually, good point. Yeah, now that we're at the end, we can relax a little bit.
That was something fun that we used to do.
We used to do that, yeah. I do want to do one more episode at the desk and just present it to people.
Where we script it?
Yes. It was so fun when we used to do that. It took work, but it was fun.
I still really want to go back and watch all of the Kings of Horrors and just get our choicest bits.
Oh, well, if you're willing to do that,
I really want to do that,
dude. If you're willing to do that,
that would be such a fun supercut.
That would be an episode produced by you.
That would be all of the funniest stuff because we had some choice bits.
Dude, I had a bit when I talked about Mewtwo, like during Pokemon Go, being found on a dead body. That shit made me laugh.
Well,
anyway,
also I made you laugh where I did the thing where I was like, everyone loved this movie except for our co-host Marsha Parker, and you just started laughing like right in the middle of it.
Yeah, so we'll look forward to that.
Yeah,
Fuego has now committed himself to doing that.
Yeah.
But yes, stay tuned.
Officially live.
We will be reviewing the Gamera trilogy before the end of the year. I'm hoping maybe I'll get to this in November. Now that's what I'm talking about, man. Gamera is my favorite all-time kaiju. What I was gonna say about this is surprisingly, surprisingly, every single Gamera movie raised the stakes. It brought back actors movie over movie, but every movie raised the stakes. Gamera got bigger and better. The action got crazier and nuttier and bigger and like, whoo! Like it was really a fun watch. Cool. I'm actually, and you know what? I would rewatch these.
Looking thing?
Yeah, it's the turtle. It's the giant turtle. But he's so cool, and he does so much cool stuff. Like, I'll show you guys the back, just so you can see a couple of the screenshots from the film. I know Fuego's trying to look at them, too. But, yeah, he fights giant bird creatures in one, like a giant porcupine kind of creature in another, and then an even bigger sort of big bird boss in the third one. Like, there's some really, really cool stuff in here. And it actually addresses what happens when, because... It talks about how one of the main characters.
People, the same studio?
No, it's a rival studio. But what's interesting about it is they tackle one of the main characters in the very beginning of the first movie. Her whole family is killed by Gamera as he fights someone because he just bursts through a building to fight someone the way Godzilla does.
So they're exploring those themes like long before the Godzilla franchise.
Exactly. So like she's like, I hate Gamera. I hate him, but everyone treats him like a hero because he saves us from these monsters. But he killed my parents. You know, he killed my whole family just walking through a building, you know? And, like, I was like, wow, that's never been dealt with before in a Godzilla movie that I've seen. I'm like, that's awesome. So, yes, stay tuned for Gamera. Any other questions, guys? Went off on that.
Stay tuned for Gamera, I guess.
He does fight a big bird. Yes, a giant bird. Does he have a world on his back? Shauna Smith asks. I'm guessing that's a King fan right there.
I would imagine.
Would you recommend the Gamera movies? Are they fun horror movies? Yes, I would definitely recommend them. All right. The Shining reference. Love it. Okay. Please reconsider favoring A Quiet Place over Hereditary, Fuego. Do you like A Quiet Place or Hereditary better?
Did somebody say that I preferred one or the other?
Someone says they obviously think that you favor Hereditary over A Quiet Place.
I don't know. I think I prefer A Quiet Place, but I still really like them both. I mean, that's Oscar Perez. They are two of my favorite horror films of the year, but I don't know. I probably had more fun with A Quiet Place. I feel like A Quiet Place was more inventive in the fact that, you know, it used the audio aspect or the lack thereof and very just sophisticatedly. I did really like Hereditary. Hereditary is in my tops of the year, but the Wolf performance was a little over the top at times, as I thought the same with the lead actress. But goddamn, it was beautifully shot. And whereas some people hate the third act of Hereditary, I love the third act of Hereditary, where Mom goes super bonkers, where you get the full aspect of what's really going on. And I like the ending. I do like the ending with the head and with all that stuff. Some people hate it. Some people think it's too just on the nose. I think it just nails it proper.
Cool.
So that's just me. But I really enjoy both those movies. I mean, they're so drastically different. It's tough to even put one ahead of the other.
Mikey Tromatras corrects me. It's not just a big bird. It's called a Gaios. And it is pretty cool. It's a giant predatory bird that like will literally pick up people and eat them and stuff like that. Like Gamera is the gory Godzilla to me. Like it's really cool. Like I really dig it.
Okay, that makes me far more intrigued.
All right, let's see here. Dove's movie reviews. Would you guys be interested in collaborating on a horror movie review? Reach out to us at our email, thehorrorshow666@yahoo.com. We do collaborations all the time, so hit us up. I just did a collab with Confused Reviews. Did a whole review with him for Child's Play 3. That was really exciting.
Yeah, we do lots of Skypes, Google Hangouts, things like that. So we are always down for like just helping each other out as far as the whole, horror pursuit goes. I mean, why the hell not?
Awesome. Mustache Reviews just sent us a super chat for a couple of bucks here. $5. Hey guys, love your work. Tell me, is Rick going to die in The Walking Dead this season? I think it's pretty apparent that they're leaning that way. Or do you think they're not? They're just going to have him walk off into the sunset?
Are they going to write him out, or are they going to kill him?
They gotta kill him.
There would be so much more.
Carl's dead. Carl's dead.
Yeah, Carl's dead. There would be so much more of an emotional impact if they killed him, and that's what this show likes to go for. It likes to go for killing characters you care about. That's like their bread and butter. That's why from Carl to Andrea to all these different people, that's what they do. So. Boy, it's going to be nuts to see Andrew Lincoln die, but I guarantee it's happening this season. He is going to die.
I think so, too.
Although I don't know if zombies are going to tear him up.
You think so? You think?
I'm wondering if maybe...
I think they'd have to. He'd have... Oh, I don't know. Here's what they might do. Okay. I guarantee this is what they're going to do. Okay, mark my words on this. I've read the comics. I've read the comics. So here's what happens. Here's what happens in the comics. In the comics,
don't spoil too much for people.
No, in the comics, Rick and Andrea are together.
Still.
Listen to what I'm saying. In the comics, Rick and Andrea are together for a long time. There is no Rick and Michonne relationship in the comic books.
It takes them a long time.
At one point, there's a really big double-size issue that I read while at Discount Tire a couple of years ago, and it made me cry while at Discount Tire. Because what happened was...
That wasn't a couple of years ago. That was like a year ago.
It was like a year ago, yeah. Andrea got bit by a zombie, and it took a double-size issue for her to die while she said goodbye to everyone. I guarantee, since there is no more Andrea, I guarantee you they give Rick that death. He's going to get bit, but he's going to have an entire episode to say goodbye to every single person. I'm saying it right now. I didn't even watch the last season yet. I'm going to go through on Netflix and watch it now that it's available. But guys, I guarantee you that's how Rick dies. He's going to get bit by a zombie, and he's going to have an entire episode to say goodbye to every single person that he's affected on the show. Mark my motherfucking words right now.
And then Andrew Lincoln is going to come back and direct episodes from what we've read. So he's not like directly done with the show, but he's done with being on it, and that they have had this plan in place of his departure for many years.
Oh, what? That's their...
That's what they say, at least.
No.
No. You don't think so? You know, like waning ratings and fan response and all these other things. Like, I don't know, man.
Shauna Smith says, my son just asked if you guys like The Dark Tower. Well, let's specify.
If
we're talking about the movie,
if we're talking about the
no. If we're talking about the book series, Fuego will say
it's one
yes.
of the most amazing of all time, and it's a journey along the path of the beam that changed my life forever. Jump on the hill to Stephen King on Facebook.
And there's tons of that. What are you guys doing for Halloween this year? This is actually a good segue into letting you guys know about some covers. Excuse me, I've had some booze with my news.
The news of booze is catching up.
Oh, God,
and I'm all out of booze. I'm actually, since you've done so much talking.
Go ahead, walk away. You mean since I've done so much walking away while you did talk? All right, guys, so just so you know what we're planning on for Halloween. Next weekend, holy shit, I can't believe it's less than a week from now. Guys, Marcia, producer Dave, and myself, this son of a bitch can't go, but Marcia, producer...
with my band.
Enough. Just enough. Guys, next weekend, Marcia, producer Dave, and myself are leaving here we're leaving Phoenix late at night, or not late, but in the evening on Friday. We are driving to California.
It's a very quick drive. It's like 4 or 5 hours.
5 hours,
man.
We're driving to California. We're going to be staying at a lovely hotel that we stayed at last time. Marcia and I went out 2 years ago for October. This time we are going out again. We are going to be going to Halloween Horror Nights on Saturday, October 13th. In Hollywood. If you guys are going to be there, please feel free to hit us up on Facebook. We can maybe arrange a meetup.
You saw Shannon Ravon.
We saw Shannon Ravon there when we went 2 years ago. Absolutely.
Honestly, you should do like a legit post about like meetup for fans, because they do that on Collider and Screen Junkies and lots of other places.
I would. I don't know if anyone's going to go, but if you guys, maybe I'll make a special video and see if anyone wants to go.
Yeah, I think you should.
Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll come meet some fans, and we're going to be experiencing Halloween Horror Nights. Dave's going to be the one probably behind the camera because he doesn't like being on camera, so we're going to try and get some footage. I got a new camera that supposedly has good low light functionality, so we're going to do walkthroughs of every single maze that we go to. We're going to do some vlogging live stuff in between the mazes and just having fun around the park. I'm going to make sure Marcia and I have 5-hour energies, so we don't call it at midnight. We go all the way until 3.
Just keep bumping it.
Because then we have
other people with you to, I mean,
it'll be Dave, it'll be Dave. And then we're going to go, we're going to finish the night and go back and pass out, and then the next day we're going to wake up and go to the Halloween H4O celebration in Pasadena. It is the Halloween 40th anniversary convention that they're doing that weekend. We are going to be there Sunday. We will be doing some live coverage as well as some taped coverage, as well as we're going to be hopefully getting 2 new signatures for my Coexist shirt of 2 shapes. If not more shapes. We'll see who goes there. We got official press badges. So we are official press covering the event. And Mustache Reviews tossed us another couple of Look at, guys, if you want us to answer questions, Mustache Reviews is doing it the right way. Doing some super chat.
That's something we never really, since we're not just trying to be like, hey, donate us money, guys, but we always appreciate every bit of assistance.
Absolutely.
The best season of AHS, damn. You go first because you know what mine is.
I would say, actually, I like Asylum and I like Roanoke. I think those are the 2 most entertaining seasons for me. I'm a huge found footage fan, so I really loved Roanoke. But I did love, I think the best antagonist American Horror Story ever had was Twisty from Freak Show.
And he's only on like half the
season. He's only on half the season, but he's still the best antagonist the show ever had. But yeah, otherwise I would say Asylum and then Roanoke, but I love Twisty. Fuego?
I will definitely reiterate what I said when we did the panel last year. That was 2 years ago now, almost, right?
Yeah.
Close to it.
Yep.
Crazy. I love Coven. Love Coven, Bitchcraft, the entire interplay of all those girls, the craziness. I think it's so dope. Even though the show, I feel like, just waned and lost some steam and momentum and stuff like that near the end. I love all of those female characters, and especially Kathy Bates is one of the villains and stuff. Paulson's character and her interplay with Jessica Lange is great. It's my favorite version of the Taissa Farmiga. It's not my favorite of Evan Peters, actually. I must say, I feel like that was one of the weakest roles that they gave him in the entirety of American Horror Story, that he has really flexed his muscles so much more.
Oh shit, Andrew's here.
And
what's up, Andrew?
Second for me is definitely gonna agree with you. I think Roanoke is awesome. I thought that particular 10-episode run was so much different than anything that I expected it to be. And I don't normally like found footage or like reality whatever stuff, but the way they framed it and the way that they did the 5 to 5 episode just kind of approach, I thought was brilliant, tremendously done. The cast was solid. Everybody I thought was just really, really impressive, and it was a very unique and novel idea and a nice breath of fresh air after I didn't like more than a couple episodes of Hotel. There's a couple episodes of Hotel that I like, but as a whole, I just was not that into it.
Guys, I'm going to pull up something and show you something that was really cool that I noticed that someone just reminded me of. I want to make sure that I give them a proper shout out. Ben Grimm reminded me that one of my favorite YouTubers, Tamara Chambers from Channel Awesome, she just did a Venom review, and I'm going to post a link in the feed right now. So if you guys want to watch this, at some point, not right now, but watch it later. She did a Venom review, and if you see, she's actually sporting our Coexist shirt. I sent her a care package, and she's sporting the Coexist shirt the whole review, and I actually Instagrammed about it. If you guys aren't following us on Instagram, we're The Horror Show 666 on Instagram, and I Instagrammed about it, and she freaking responded. I don't know if you saw that. She responded.
I saw you post that in the comments.
And she was like, I adore what you sent. The episode is coming next month. Thank you so much. And she sent a couple of black hearts. I was like, oh my god! I was so excited. I was totally, dude. I really am. I love Tamara so much. I'm a huge Nostalgia Critic fan. And I found Tamara through Nostalgia Critic. I know there's been some Channel
It's
Awesome upheaval recently and some you know,
like
controversy. Just some accusations on how employees are treated and stuff like that. It's all but past at this point. I just was focusing on Nostalgia Critic and Tamara.
I'm surprised at how low budge hers is, because it reminds me of the first couple seasons of Infotainment, where it's just like sitting on a couch just talking, and that's about the extent of it. And I'm like, I'm painting myself over getting a new set together and all these different things, and then, you know, pretty chick can just sit on the couch and talk, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Rogue, you're not wrong. I said I like Twisty and Freak Show, but he's the only reason I liked Freak Show. Everything else kind of stinks. All right, so let's see.
I almost like the Junior character a little bit, and all of his crazy, and I don't know.
Dove's movie reviews, top 5 favorite horror movies. That's a lot to get into right now. So, a thinner review would be great for Hail to Stephen King.
Oscar, I have thought about it, but you know, I always try to time. Well,
there's
mean,
enough Stephen King anniversaries that you don't, you can get to it eventually.
Yeah. I always time it with a 5 or a 10-year anniversary kind of thing, unless we really get that, you know, aspect going with people being able to, you know, Patreon to request reviews for that. So, but I actually loved the thinner film. I felt that the director of Child's Play, Tom Holland, who is now confused for Tom Holland constantly, you know, he did Child's Play, he did Fright Night, he did Thinner. He's a great director.
Your
he honestly
showing
is.
hard.
Yeah.
Andrew, how dare you?
No, that's what Mercer said.
That's Mr. Mercer, guys.
Mercer.
Andrew Mercer from our very show is No Mercy 27, giving me crap.
We love this
through
man.
the airwaves.
He's great.
He's awesome. I actually, Mercer, we need to figure out when you're gonna do those Let's Plays with me, because Fuego, believe it or not, Mercer, just like showed that he could hang with us playing Super Nintendo. Like, he kicked ass playing Super Punch-Out. Like, he went way further in Super Punch-Out than I could because he used to play it. So we want to play Contra. We're going to play, like, everything on the Super NES Classic we plan to do Let's Plays of, and Mercer's going to be a part of it. Let's see. Mustache Reviews contributed another $2. Hey, guys, should I watch Bates Motel? Well, we haven't watched it, but our very own Marsha Parker did watch it, and we did post. We posted a full series review. So you can go watch it. She did,
like, full on.
She did a full series review. There are some spoilers, so be careful.
Because they eventually catch up to the movie, right? And they had like Rihanna playing the
yep, she's playing a Janet Leigh character. Yep. So yes, we did do a series review if you want to check it out, but be careful. I think Marsha spoils things a little bit willy-nilly.
No, she doesn't really attempt to. It just happens.
It just happens. So yeah, that's what's been going on, guys. I don't know. I think. Is there any other specific questions, or should we just... I think maybe we should...
Bless you, good sir.
Thank you.
Indeed.
We also recorded a bunch of trailer reactions today, you guys. We also recorded the last 2 Halloween movie reviews, so we now have all the reviews for all the movies.
We're all covered.
Salud,
Holy
Christmas. I'm starting to be allergic to everything.
Super Ghosts and Ghouls, yeah. Mikey knows what's up. Now, which version though? Because there was the SNES version, and then there was the Genesis version.
This is the SNES
version. Obviously,
Stupid.
But it was like Super Ghouls and Ghosts, and then Super Ghosts and Ghouls, or something
Super
like that.
Ghosts and Goblins.
Yeah, Ghosts and Goblins. Okay, yeah. And I had some people say that the Genesis version was more difficult. I'm not sure if that was entirely the case, but that was at the time where you had the Sega war with Nintendo, and they were trying so hard to just get their, like, I don't know, what is the term that I'm looking for? It was like their something apps. What else do we got?
No, I'm just saying, how are we at the highest apps. Audience is when we're way past the news stories. I think it's too funny.
When we're just shooting the shit. 53, yeah, that's good.
That's really good. That's really good. We started out at 16 when we were on story number 1. Now we're way past the stories. We got 53 people watching. We love you guys. Heart. I've had a lot to drink though, so maybe that helps. I don't know. Question helps. Yeah, shit. Okay, guys. Actually,
yes,
Andrew.
Say something.
Andrew.
Just say
request
it
something.
to me.
So here's something I want to show you guys. Actually, I'll do it via the desktop. I'll show you guys straight up. No, I can't. Actually, I can't change YouTube accounts. So what I was going to show you is that Andrew and we started something called Cecil and Merce's Mind Blowers, which is part of Shut Up, I Like It, the other channel that I started. Shut Up, I Like It is basically a place where we can cover non-horror stuff. It started out as an idea where we would talk about things that most people hate that we love. So producer Dave and I did episode 1 where he talked about the Star Wars prequels, and I talked about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. But Mercer and I, we started Cecil and Mercer's...
Go!
Yeah, we started Cecil and Mercer's Mind Blowers. So we are going to be covering everything and anything under the Rick and Morty umbrella on that channel. So we've already recorded commentaries and reviews for the first 2 episodes. Well, I'm sorry, episodes 2 and 3. We skipped the pilot for now. We also did a 2-part VR playthrough of Rick and Morty VR. And then we also are going to be doing reviews of all the comic books. So the comic books, there's like 50 issues of the comic book right now. So
you love your Rick and Morty.
We have a lot of Rick and Morty to go through. Plus, we're going to be doing playthroughs of the tabletop games as well. So tons of stuff coming. As soon as we get through October, we'll start focusing on that. Obviously, October's crazy for us at the Horror Show.
Truly.
But yeah, November, look forward to November, that launching big time. Hit that like button. Thank you, Andrew. What was your opinion on the first Purge? We did a whole review on it. Go check it out, the review, Dayton. We loved it. We actually pretty enjoyed it.
SNES, Taking Me Back, Contra 3 is the
Mwetz
best.
Is Contra 3.
I love the Alien Wars, although they ripped off so much imagery from the second Alien film, which makes sense. I love it. No, it makes me happy.
Mustak Reviews, another $5. Man, he's just contributed about $15 to us this stream alone. Thank you very much. Finally got to watch one tonight, Fright Night remake, Drag Me to Hell, Hills Have Eyes remake. Haven't seen any. Okay.
As in finally getting to watch.
He's finally getting to watch one tonight. Okay.
One of those 3.
I know. They're all great. I like them all. Some people would say the Fright Night remake is the weakest of them. I like that one a lot. I love David Tennant as the Vincent. God, I forgot what his actual name is, but the guy on TV.
David Vincent, I believe, or no.
Peter Vincent.
Peter Vincent.
Yeah. I don't know. I could be getting
David
that wrong.
Vincent, I believe, is from
David
like
Tennant. No, David Tennant is the
Angel
actor.
or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
But that was, of course, one of the. Who's the actor that was in that that's no longer around?
Anton Yelchin.
Anton Yelchin. Yep. And McLovin was also in there. I really like that, but. The Hills Have Eyes remake is one of the few remakes that I think surpasses the original in its scariness and style.
And it's masterfully directed. It's sharper. It's cleaner. It's really the same thing that we got with the kind of the Dawn of the Dead remake, where they took the concept, they made it bleaker and crazier and just more slickly produced. The one that I have to mention though is I love Drag Me to Hell. A lot of people think it's a little too over the top. And I think you were in that camp to some slight degree, if I remember correctly, you know, with the whole barf aspect and just some of the insane silliness. But the ending, they go for it in the ending to that. I did not think the ending of Drag Me to Hell was going to do what it did. And I love it for that. The performance of the girl where she's a little bit flawed, you know, but she's not like... She's not deserving, in my estimation, of the insanity that is befalling her. I don't really like Justin Long in it, though. He's just not an actor that I really get too into. But, you know, all of the practical, all of the makeup effects with that witch who curses her and everything. And it looks like Cecil is getting ready to give you guys a little bit of additional information about the Mind Blowers.
Yeah, they were asking for a link to that other channel. So this, guys, I just posted the link for the other channel. Right now there's 3 episodes up. It's the first Shut Up, I Like It. It's the Cecil and Mercer's Mind Blowers series announcement. And then producer Dave's Let's Play of the Star Trek Bridge Crew VR game. He did a 1-episode Let's Play of that as well. So it is a very small channel. We haven't nearly started that much yet. We've got 12 subscribers. Oh. So feel free to jump on over, but that's where all that stuff is going to be if you guys want to hop on board for all the Rick and Morty stuff that is going to be coming in the very near future.
Yeah, and not to be outdone, I have been trying to figure out how to...
Do you want me to post that link too?
How to relaunch in Fuegotainment at this point. That's the one thing that I've been really...
Just to support you guys, just want to support you guys any way possible, says Mustang Reviews, sending another $2 over. You rock.
We
Thank you so much,
that
man.
Awesome.
We really appreciate it. Adam Rutkowski just said, have you seen Mandy yet? I am 1 hour. I am literally 1 hour into Mandy, and Nicolas Cage just got left behind. I'll say that much. And I had no idea what kind of movie this was. I didn't do any research on it outside of our trailer reaction. I still didn't remember. I didn't remember. You know me, everything goes in and out of my head very quickly.
Good. That's good.
So after an hour, I was like, totally now I remember what this movie is going to be. And I'm really excited about the second hour.
Did you not even remember the trailer, though, with the taking the girl and everything and all that? Like, you didn't remember that?
I didn't, no. But yeah, so that's going to be coming soon. Yeah, Drag Me to Hell is something else. Drag Me to Hell is another good one. I didn't know that was a remake, but everyone loves Drag Me to Hell.
Drag Me to Hell is not a remake.
Okay, I didn't think so.
That's its own individual thing.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. Fright Night remake, Drag Me to Hell, or The Hills Have Eyes remake. Okay,
I had a lot of problems with the Fright Night remake when it initially came out because of the fact that I enjoy the first one so.
Colin Farrell was
so flippin' much, but Colin Farrell was good, McLovin was good, Yelchin was good. It was well shot, it was well produced. It definitely was more on the serious side. It didn't feel as campy and silly as the previous one, and taking that different tonal approach, I feel like worked to its benefit and made it much better upon second and third and later viewings for me. So
yeah, fair enough, guys. Well,
fair enough.
I think we'll go ahead and call the episode there. That was a nice lengthy episode of the Horror Show News with Booze. Thank you for joining us. We greatly appreciate it. Stay tuned. I'll put up our review for Halloween 5 tomorrow, along with a trailer reaction for Light as a Feather. And then we'll put up a different trailer reaction on Tuesday. I can't remember which one I said, but that'll be going up Tuesday. Malevolent, I think, is the one going up Tuesday, because that movie's available already.
Did anyone else like Tusk? You never go full Tusk, bro.
Never go full Tusk.
You never go full Tusk. The end of that movie haunts me.
Oh, well then it's effective.
Genuinely haunts me. I didn't like most of it. More margaritas! And some of the other things, like, so much of it was stupid, but the end of it messed me up.
Yeah.
It genuinely messed me up. So I will leave that at that.
All right, guys. Well, thank you all very much for watching. Ben Haig, thank you very much. Everyone else that's here, Corey Novak showed up as well. So thank you guys very much for taking part. Woo! Thank you to everyone else that commented, that we shouted out. We greatly appreciate you guys watching us do this. We are going to be here every single Sunday doing it for the foreseeable future. Although
next Sunday maybe
not.
I was wondering about next.
Well,
Sunday.
Here's the thing. Next Sunday, you might not get a live News with Booze, but you're going to probably get a wrap-up episode you're going to be getting coverage from the Halloween 40th anniversary. So the News with Booze will return on Sunday the 21st. How's that? Look for a return of the News with Booze Sunday the 21st. Next weekend, we're going to be from Halloween Horror Nights and the Halloween 40th celebration. I think you guys will be okay with that.
Yeah, just possibly.
Thank you guys very much for watching. We appreciate you. Until next time, click that link in the description box for our Patreon. If you want to become a patron, you can select movies for us to review. You can take part in live streams. We're going to be starting that now that we can live stream again. All of our patrons that are of that tier can take part in that. So, yeah, come join the fun. It's going to be a good time going forward here, guys.
Bring it on.
Until next time, though, I've been Cecil Laird.
Gracias, Jaime Fuego!
And remember, stay scared!
Horror Team Power Unite.
Horror Team Power. We are. Bye-bye.